Hello, it's Jay here again and welcome to another tutorial. In this lesson we're going to get some prep work in place for both the enemy health and the enemy attack script. We're going to do the enemy attack first simply because we have the player health in place already, so we can test that out. And then we'll do the enemy health just as we're coming to do the player weapons or the player attacks. Now, first things first, before we continue, we're going to tidy up some of the projects. Now, one of the first things we're going to do is I want you to pause the video and open all of the scripts that we've all created already. So we've created 7. And as you can see, I've opened them all up, and what we're going to do is just put the date they was created. Now I like to do this up the top, so we started here with battery pickup, and we can do these in any order, so let's just do them in the order that they're opened on the tab. So 3 forward slashes, we get the 2 summary lines, and then battery pickup, the name of the script in the center. And we'll come to the end. After the dot, we'll put CS for C#. We'll enter. I'm going to put my name and then the date it was created. Now for the battery, I believe it was the 28th of the 10th, 2015. And we'll enter there. And I probably will have to go back and check some of these dates, but I'll put them in for now. And I'll just delete the 3 forward slash there, and we'll save that off there. And we're going to do this for all the scripts. So we'll close the battery pickup, and we have the player health. So we'll do the same thing, and we'll just keep going. And the player health was created on the 30th of the 3rd, 2016, and I'll enter, just delete those 3, and we'll save that off there, and we'll keep going. So we'll close the player health, the player GUI script, and again we'll just keep going. For some reason it's missed an I there, so we'll add that in with our name and the date. So the player GUI 07 of the 7th, 2016. I'll just put the 0 in there as well. And 4 more scripts to do. So the next one is the pause. So again, we'll just keep going. And in future, I think we'll do this as we create the scripts. But we'll just have this one lesson where we actually have to come back then and put all these in. But we're nearly done. So just 2 more scripts to go after this. And the main menu, I believe, was the 2nd of the 10th, 2015. We'll save that off. So next to last one for the flashlight. And I'll let you know now, I've written a more advanced version of the flashlight script. So we don't have to rewrite it from scratch, but I could do a series of videos where we come back and actually alter this quite a bit. So let me know if you want me to do that, or whether you want me to continue on and do that at a much later date. So I'll do it either soon or much later, depending on what you want. Please just leave your comments below. And as always, I'll try to accommodate. So for some reason it missed the I off again there. And this is the last one, the enemy AI. which I believe was the 5th of the 11th, 2015. Now I'm going to leave the enemy AI open. Just going to save it off for now, because we're still going to make some changes to this script based on the enemy health and the enemy attack script. So let's just downsize it for now, and we'll come here and we'll create 2 new C# scripts. And I'm sure you've guessed, we're going to call them enemy attack, and we'll create another one called enemy health. And in scripts, I'm actually going to create a new folder, and we'll just call this enemy. And we're going to put all the scripts that pertain to the enemy in this folder, so we can drag and drop the enemy AI in, the attack, and the health. So we have all them 3 scripts now in its separate folder, and we'll do it for the player and everything else later. So we have the enemy AI. Let me just reopen that. And let's open the enemy attack script as well. And I'm sure you've guessed, we're going to just do what we've done to the other scripts now within the enemy attack. Save coming back to it later. So it's the 16th of the 11th, 2016. Let's just put the line break in. We'll just save that there for the moment. And I'll get rid of that. So let's come into the enemy AI script. And we're going to come all the way to the bottom here, where we have the on trigger enter and on trigger exit. So what we're going to do, think I'll put it here, just before the start and the stop call routine, and we're going to actually activate and deactivate these 2 scripts when necessary. So the enemy attack and the enemy health do not need to be active if the player is too far away to damage the enemy or the enemy damage the player. But obviously when they come in range, we'll turn these scripts off. It's another great way to optimize your game. So let's come on the on trigger enter, and we'll say get component in children. We'll open brackets and we'll say the enemy, and we want the enemy attack script. We'll close brackets there. We'll open and close the normal brackets, say dot enabled, and we'll set it to be equal to true. And straight into the comments. So we'll say, you can word this any way you want, but I'll say activate the enemy attack script. You can set the enemy attack script to be equal to true or whatever. You can always word your comments any way you want, but I'll word mine that way for now. And now we want the enemy, and we'll say health. And we'll come into the comments and we'll say health script. Now I'm going to come here to begin with, and I'm actually just going to comment that line out for now, the enemy health. And the reason for that is we will just delete those when we actually come to fill out this script. But let's get them in place for now. And we'll copy those 2 lines. Let's paste them in on the on trigger exit. We'll bring that back into line. And I'm sure you've guessed, we're just going to set to false this time. And we'll copy that. We'll paste it in here. And again, we'll just bring the line back in. We'll just change it to deactivate in the comments. So let's save that off there. And for the moment, we can actually just close this script. And we'll downsize mono develop, and we'll come to our enemy game object. So let's zoom in, and we'll come inside the hierarchy, and I'm actually looking for the enemy's right hand. So okay, it's not going to let us do it that way. Let's just downsize the environment. So we'll just have to go through. I think it's probably here. There we go. So there's the right hand, and it will be different for each and every one of you depending on the model you're using. So for the moment, I have my right hand selected. Now, if you're using a much simpler model, because I realise we'll all be using different enemy models, this will still work. It'll just be fine. We'll create a new empty game object, and let's just call this enemy attack. And we'll enter there, and we'll drag and drop this onto the right hand, and then we'll just reset. So there we go. It's now attached to the game object. Now if you're using a much simpler model, just drag it onto whatever is closest, and then you can always use the tool to adjust it until it's actually centered on the enemy hand. And even I'm going to move mine a little bit. I think we'll leave it there for now, and we'll come back to the script. And I'm going to come here, and for the enemy attack script we need to open the square brackets, and we want the required component, open brackets, type of, and we'll open brackets again, and we want the sphere collider, close brackets twice, and close the square brackets. And we'll put it into the comments. We'll just say add, and we just want, say, add sphere collider when attaching the script, and let's save that off there. We'll downsize it for now. We'll wait for it to recompile, which it has done, and then we'll drag the enemy attack script onto the game object. And at this point, you'll probably want to adjust your sphere radius. Now, as I am aware, like I said, we're all using different models and probably different scales, but go ahead until you find a radius that works well for you. So this is set at 0.5, and let's try value of 0.3, and we'll see how that looks. Okay, maybe a little small. Let's go between 0.4, and I may adjust mine further, but I'll leave it here for now at 0.4. That should be more than good enough for testing. And once we have it attached, we can collapse everything back down, and we are ready to fill out the rest of the script. Now, we're not going to do anything more with the script in this lesson, probably. In fact, let's get the voids in place that we're going to use. So we'll use the void on trigger enter. Please note capitals for the start of the word and the rest lowercase. Open and close brackets will open and close again. We'll just copy that. We'll paste it in below and we'll switch that to exit. And here we'll create another void and we want damage player. We'll open and close brackets, will open and close again. And let's get the debug log in place. So debug.log and open and close brackets, we'll close the line off, and as always we'll come inside the little speech marks and we'll copy and paste in the name of the function. And on trigger enter and exit, we want to come inside the brackets and we want to reference the collider. And for on trigger, let's just say player hit. I may change that later, but that will do for now. So collider, and we'll just say player has been hit. And we'll save that off there, so our voids are set up and the script is ready for us to begin filling out, which I think we'll do in the next lesson. I think we'll leave it here for now. This video's getting quite long now. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I hope to see you next time when we begin filling out the attack script. And until then, as always, bye for now.